I'm Casey Brown. I'm one of the attorneys at the Callahan Law Firm. And one of the most frequent questions we get from clients or prospective clients is how long will my case take? And particularly complex cases like a truck accident. And unfortunately, the answer is it depends. We're the plaintiff. We have the burden of proof, which means we have to gather the evidence and prove how the defendant and the at-fault drivers and trucking company are responsible. So to do that, we have to take the time to do a proper investigation, hire the appropriate experts to inspect vehicles, inspect accident scenes, do accident reconstructions. These are all things that take time, and you don't want to rush the process because we only get one shot at making a maximum recovery for our clients, and we want to make sure that it's done appropriately and properly. The biggest factor in how long a case takes to resolve is how long our clients' injuries take to resolve. So sometimes a person may have a broken bone, and the treatment for that could take anywhere from a couple months to 6 to 9 months to be able to recover from their injuries. And at that point, we're able to move forward and try to resolve the case. Unfortunately, we also have clients who are more seriously injured, and their injuries can take a number of months or even years to recover. Because in handling a personal injury case, we only get one shot. We can't come back 3 or 4 years later after the case is resolved to try to get additional compensation. When a case is over, it's over. We don't want to resolve any case until we know that we can fully compensate our clients for their injuries. And the best way to do that is to allow our clients to complete the medical treatment so we get a full idea of what their past medical expenses will be as well as their future medical expenses. Another issue, and one thing that we do often in complex severe cases with complex injuries, is that we'll hire a specialist expert called a life care planner. And what a life care planner does is after a client has completed a certain amount of their medical treatment, a life care planner, who's almost always a physician who specializes in this, will interview the client, perform an evaluation, review medical records, and they'll develop a life care plan for the client's entire lifetime of medical treatment. And they'll price that out so that when we go to resolve a case, either by talking to a jury or trying to get the case settled, we have a roadmap that shows what a client's medical expenses will be even after the case is resolved. And that's an element of damages that we ask for. But before a life care plan can be completed, then the client has to have completed at least a substantial portion of the medical care to get all of their acute injuries treated and documented. So that means if you've had a spinal injury, you've undergone evaluations, MRIs, conservative care, and maybe even a spinal surgery or injections or something like that, so that a doctor can look at that and then determine what kind of future treatment is usually necessary. The answer to that common question that we get, how long will my case take, is it depends. It depends on what the medical treatment is going to be and how long it will take to complete that medical treatment. Because we only get one chance to get a maximum recovery for our clients, and we don't want to shortchange that by trying to rush the process. If you'd like us to evaluate your case to see how we can help, contact us at the Callahan Law Firm. You can reach us through our website, thecallahanlawfirm.com, or you can give us a call, 713-224-9000. Thanks.